Let's answer some of the questions because I see a lot of questions. I use my current logo / banner for the LinkedIn newsletter banner. Should I change it to the template with my image? I would, just because people are less likely to associate your logo with anything. Humans respond to humans. Humans respond to faces. You'll probably just get more clicks. And what you want people to do is start associating you with a particular expertise. Now, I'm not saying that eventually you may grow and that may be more of a logo situation, but I'd advise more of a logo situation on a company page. If you have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you are able to associate it with your business profile. So should newsletters be associated with your personal or your business? You could do up to 5 newsletters on your personal and 5 newsletters on your business. I would advise that you stay consistent weekly for 90 days. So for at least 12 editions of your newsletter on your personal profile before you do anything on your company page. How did second and third degree connections see your newsletter? Because the newsletter invite goes to followers, not connections. And there's a percentage of your followers that are not first degree connections. This is a great question. Should I only post on LinkedIn or can I add it to my website as a blog post? How does this affect SEO? There's a way to do it, but you don't want to publish the same thing, but you could change it with minimal effort. Do you want to connect with those you're not connected with? Yes, and especially if you see that they're your target market. Just think about it in this way. If you don't connect with them, you won't be able to directly invite them to your live events through the live event invite feature in the future. Because inside of the live event feature, you can only invite first degree connections. How do they find your newsletter if they're not a connection or a follower? Someone can share it. Usually that's how they find it. The other way that they find it is you creating content. A lot of short form video, text posts, carousels, polls, that type of content will bring in new viewers to your profile. And whenever a new viewer gets to your profile, they will get an automatic notification to subscribe to your newsletter. For each newsletter edition, should we create a unique newsletter image? You don't have to. If it's going to be a lot, the way that I see it is if creating a new image every single time is going to be such a burden that you do not publish weekly, then don't do it. Then just change the title and keep the same picture of your face for 1 million editions. But if you have the bandwidth, you could change it. It's not going to bother you. It's not going to stress you out. Then that's fine. I post daily. I want whoever visits my profile to be able to click on my posts and the newsletter. How do I set that up? You don't set it up in your featured section.
You have to decide for one.
Yeah, you can't decide both. Yeah, I mean, they could click on both, but you can only highlight one. Well, I created my LinkedIn newsletter a couple months ago as monthly and have published 2 articles. Is it possible to change this to weekly? Yes. What about someone who already has a newsletter, have 1,000 subscribers, but not sure how to grow it further? If you have a newsletter, you have to evaluate if you launched it correctly for the current goal that you're trying to support right now in your business. And if you think that maybe the title was too general, if you look at your subscriber list and you don't see the right people on the subscriber list, if you've done 6 newsletters and nothing of any sort has really happened to support your business goals, then you have 2 options. You have the option of launching a second newsletter and keeping the first as just general brand awareness. Or you have the option of deleting the first one and then relaunching with a better strategy. But not sure how to grow it, you need to create content. You need to get new people to your profile.
Yeah, generally when I just issuing more newsletters will grow the newsletter.
Yeah, it's creating content on the feed that will get new people to your profile, and or it's creating such good newsletter content that people share it so that new people see it, so that then new people go to your profile. The answer is you need new people on your profile. How does one grow one's email list from this? You need something that people want. Usually that thing is for free, that people want more than their emails. Maybe that could be a private Q&A session with you, or that you do the monthly meetup, or maybe it's an ebook and then they opt in and then you grow your private list. I'm trying to figure out, is it better to be directed at B2B or B2C? We are a staffing agency, always looking for more clients and candidates. Should I run two separate? Yes. I've worked with quite a few clients that are in recruiting or staffing, in niche types of recruiting and staffing. And I don't know the situation, what type of staffing and stuff you do, but I would definitely advise two, because they're two completely separate audiences and you're in the type of business that you need both of them to engage. So I would have one newsletter. I'd probably launch the B2B one first, and then I would launch the B2C one second, and the content would be very different on both because you're speaking to different people. Yes, the title can be changed, but remember that just because you change the title after the fact, the first title had the biggest influence, because the first title really determined the hundreds or thousands of people that initially subscribed. So it determined who your initial subscriber base is. And changing it abruptly will only affect who subscribes from that point forward. If I'm posting daily, what are the benefits of also having newsletter? When you post on LinkedIn, only a small percentage of your network will see it. You're basically relying only on the algorithm, the moods of the algorithm, so on and so forth. And you're throwing a net into the ocean. You're not reaching a particular audience. When you have a newsletter, you're reaching people who say they want to learn about that particular topic, and you should have a 40 to 50% open rate. You're not just reaching them on the feed, you're reaching them in their inbox on behalf of LinkedIn. And that's what we have time for today. And God bless you.